Hey everyone, Michaela here with Aureus Medical. Today's 411, I have laboratory recruiter Christina Luth with me, and we're going to go over some helpful tips of what to consider when choosing your staffing agency. Thank you so much for joining me today, Christina.
Thanks for having me, Michaela.
Of course, so let's dive right into the first question. When someone is considering traveling, is it okay for them to inquire with multiple agencies?
It is okay for them to inquire with multiple agencies. Ultimately, we want to be the best resource for all of our candidates. So at the end of the day, that's really what we strive to do.
Okay, well, with that being said, what are some key factors to consider after having that first initial contact?
I think there's a lot of factors to consider. And whenever I discuss travel with candidates, especially for that first initial contact, there's a lot of things to talk about as far as preferences and what the overall process looks like. We really try to be transparent in what we ask of our candidates and what they are asking of us as well. And so just having an open conversation about what their job search looks like and what we can do for them is really what we ultimately try to do in that first phone call.
That goes into my next question. What should the communication look like between the traveler and the recruiter, and how often should they be in communication?
I really like to call my candidates as much as I possibly can, especially if there's like a job that I know that they would want. I call multiple times a day if that does happen. And so really just keeping, again, that open line of communication, letting them know that they can call me at any time if they need anything too.
With going into that, after having the communication with the recruiter, what are some red flags to look for?
From my understanding, a big red flag would be consistency. I guess if they're not taking the time to understand what your preferences are and what it's going to take for you to go to this job, then I guess that would be a red flag for me.
Great. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, Christina. You've given such great information for all of our travelers to consider. And thank you all for watching. If you guys have any further questions on how to start your travel career, message me today. And if you haven't already, feel free to check out our Facebook group. The links are listed above.